I make sure that if I party with you, my shit's done. I might present hungover, which my dad has recently told me that I should stop doing that, but I make sure that my work is done. So when I
You got to be able to
present,
sell the product.
yeah, but I sell. That's the thing.
But I sell. That's good. That's good. That's good. Thing. I'm proud of you.
Nice. So I want you to hit the unrecord. This is confidential. And that's when we discovered you're a basic bitch when it comes to chips.
That's right.
So, oh my god.
Lovely episode of Beer Belly. We'll be doing something a little bit different today. If the video version does not already show you that.
Wow. I went with the homeless look. Paper bag brown.
I think that's your new porn star name.
Paper bag brown. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you only do homeless people. That's the only way you'll do it. Paper bag brown. The homeless porn star. I'm with that very much so.
Name of the episode.
Paper bag brown. Homeless porn star. I'm with it.
Do you want to know something funny that I was noticing in our analytics? And I have to say it for the listeners because y'all dirty. I feel like our more recent episodes, the ones that have the most listens, are the poop related episodes.
They know what they're into. You know what you're into.
I'll keep talking poo. Right. I can talk poo all day.
We ain't kink shaming. If poo's what you're into, by golly, we can supply it.
Nice. Yes, okay.
Hundo percento.
Is that to say it?
No, I appreciate you noticing that. Yeah, perverts out there.
Want to know about my shit? And who pooed the poo?
I know, right? I'll tell you who pooed the poo, all right. Mm-hmm. This fella right over here.
I knew. I just had yeah. That's AJ's poo.
Yep. Nice. The good old taste test.
A little peanut buttery, but
for texture, my friend, and creaminess.
It was creamy.
Texture and consistency. That's all you need in life. That's what makes a great podcast.
No, that's what it is.
Well, should we get into why the hell that apparently you're paper bag brown and I'm this, whatever the fuck this is?
I'm gonna go with preppy French boy who may be a little gay.
Sure.
Definitely sure. Bisexual. It's the
hat. At least bisexual.
Take the hat off. Take it off.
Okay. Let's see what we're looking at after.
Oh no, you're full sexual. Put it back on.
Full sexual. What kind of sexual? Are we still going for bi?
Yeah, we're going for bi.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
It makes you look fancy.
Thank you. Well, we're going for fancy-ish this episode, let's say. Welcome to Beer Belly, everybody.
Fancy.
This is not a typical episode, but that's part of the fun? ? Oh. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So, as if my janky bass background didn't already spell, I guess, jank, just that itself. We were talking about doing something a little different today. This is John's idea, and I just had to jump on it along with him. What do we do? What are we doing today, sir?
We are officially changing our names for this episode only.
Until we decide to sequelize it, but yes.
Oh, Wine Belly.
Wine Belly. Very good.
Yes.
So as you guessed it, we're going to be having a little bit of wine today. As soon as you told me what you got, I was like, all right, let me find something similar to that. And I went to my local gas station and the bottle itself is just sad looking.
Oh my god!
So I put it in the freezer so to chill it.
Go ahead. It's trying to run away.
Yes. The label itself doesn't want to be associated with it. But I saw, and again, I chilled mine in the freezer, but the wrapper was already looking like this as I bought it. Like before I even bought it, I was like, "You're the one. You're the piece of crap that I'm going to drink for today."
That looks so awful.
I know, right? I'm not gonna. Yeah, shout out to Edna Valley Vineyard in California, a rosé aged 5 years. So this should be fun. Thumbnail picture.
What?
Video version on Spotify and YouTube, of course. To anyone who's listening on something else. But what do you got, sir, for us?
I got barefoot Fruitscato.
As classy as it gets.
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful.
So I'm excited about drinking this bad boy. This one, I've actually had this one before. It's relatively sweet.
It sounds like it. Fruitscato. Moscato's already known to be quite sweet, but if you're going to add some fruitiness to it, I guess it's a good thing that I'm a part of this episode as well with it. Now, an episode of Cheap Wine Belly would not be complete if we didn't have wine bottles that also didn't screw off. I mean, cork free. Is yours cork free?
Oh, yeah.
We can.
Oh, yeah. The only kind of wine I drink has a cork. Does not have a cork.
Does not have a cork.
I need a screw top.
Look how gross mine is, too. Like, even looking at where, like, the quote-unquote screw-off top is, like, it's dirty. It's so gross. I couldn't believe it. But then it further just screamed, I need to have this for the show.
I appreciate that you got the grossest looking wine there.
Like, literally, like, the bottle itself is sad.
It makes
but
me
it looks
a little
nice.
sad.
Ooh, look at this color, sir.
It looks like it wants to be a Corona.
A Corona with a tan. Just a slightest tan to it. Estrella Jalisco con tan.
Oh,
most definitely. Ooh, let's give it a little sniffy poo, shall we?
Yeah, let me know when you're ready to drink.
Go for it, sir. You got yours poured?
Oh, yeah. I have it poured.
Cheers, monsieur.
Cheers.
Oh, you're drinking it straight from the bottle. Oh, well.
I poured in my mouth.
This is something. This is definitely. Actually, you know what?
Face.
Thank God I put it in the freezer because now this is refreshing. I'm getting hot. This shirt has sleeves that I had to roll up. Scarf and beret are not helping at this moment.
Not a smart decision. And I'm sure it is hot back there.
I'm doing it for the fashion. How dare you?
I'm doing it for the homelessness.
So homeless, you had to add an extra ness to it. Respect.
Oh, yeah.
I respect the hustle.
So I don't know if I said this in previous episodes, but I've been on a Marvel kick. I just finished watching What If.
Oh, nice. Again?
Mm-hmm. Everything but the Captain Carter one. Meh.
The first episode, you decided to skip that?
Yeah.
Yeah, even while watching the original run of the show when it was airing weekly, I was telling myself, yeah, I could see myself skipping Captain Carter.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm sorry. I mean, in all fairness, I don't really think the first Captain America movie is all that good either. So I don't want to watch a retelling of it, but with the chick. I don't care.
An alternate retelling.
I mean,
that's not as good.
When Steve Rogers is with Bucky, who's to say he's not a chick then anyway, right?
That's a great point.
They're so gay for each other.
And I love it so much.
So awesome. And it's more subtle than Lord of the Rings, but it's equally as gay.
More subtle than Lord of the Rings.
But equally as gay.
That needs to be like part of the trailer. Can we redo the trailer of that movie, but have that more subtle than Lord of the Rings, but equally as gay? Marvel Studios presents Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's so gay for him. But I finished watching that, and it's funny because I was all over the place. I started with Doctor Strange, which I think is like episode 3.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, episode 2 is what if T'Challa became Star-Lord?
Yes, the first fun one.
Yeah, but I went from like episode 3 to 7 to 2, and I just skipped the first one. But I ended up watching all of them, which put me on a kick to watch Endgame and Infinity War.
Nice.
So I burned through that in like a day and a half.
Wait, sorry to break your thought for a moment. Hold it though. You said Endgame and then Infinity War. Did you watch it backwards?
No, never.
Oh, okay,
I would never watch the terrible movie first.
I love to be left with a bad taste in my mouth. Not start bad and get good.
Mm-hmm. I already want to be drunk when I get to the bad, you know?
That's a long time to have to sit there and be drunk, though. Like a nice solid 3.5 hours.
So long. Oh my god! But
great movie, though.
It's amazing.
I know we're bashing it, but
I was at the edge of my seat for Infinity War, Endgame, I kind of glanced at here and there. Um,
Wow.
I don't know. It like Endgame is necessary.
Hmm.
Um,
They could
but
have just ended it.
and I'm gonna get hate, and I do love the end scene. Who doesn't? But the end scene is a giant burrito of fan service. Like that's what it is. Let's be
You mean like
real.
the final battle, or?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, of course, of course. You get the girl power scene where they're all kicking ass together. That's pretty badass. But as you said, fan service, most definitely.
And I guess you knew they were gonna win. I think that also kind of took away from it because Infinity War, that final battle is fucking amazing. Just I think it's so much more better than Infinity Wars. I'm sorry, Endgame's final battle
Are you talking about when they're fighting Thanos on Titan?
on
Like
Earth.
on,
The
on
two
Earth?
final battles. When they're fighting
I'm
like Thanos' minions, and then Thanos shows up and he's fucking everybody up.
of course, of course. Yes,
Thor
yes,
throws
yes.
his hammer and goes through. It's so
Aim for
powerful.
the
It goes through the
head.
stones. Yeah,
Right. For
that
sure, for
just.
sure.
I mean, I'm sure there was fan service in that, but it was nothing like Endgame. But it was amazing. Obviously,
Of course.
yeah, he picked up the hammer. I clapped. Yeah, but
Whee! And then freaking you get the reunion of everyone that came back to life. Hooray! Again, epic scene, obviously. Fan service up the ass. But I mean, Infinity War, though, pound for pound, probably the better film.
easily.
Oh,
Uh,
I would agree. I think I would agree with that. But I do look forward to watching them front to back again. Sin and I were just talking about that the other day coming back from Santa Barbara. So last weekend. So
it's time.
yeah, that'd be fun.
I've made the commitment to slowly but surely watch every single MCU movie, the Infinity Saga from beginning
Mhm.
to end in the timeline that the movies came out.
Wow, you're doing that right now, huh?
I am like 75% done with Iron Man. So then I'll
Whoa.
move on to the next or whatever it is. I got to Google it.
Sure, sure,
So
sure.
that being said, and we probably talked about it a little bit in our Thor review,
Hmm.
but I just had more time to reflect, especially because I've seen more of those Marvel movies. But you obviously know there's something lacking in this new phase of Marvel.
I mean, the overall connective tissue of the MCU that seems to be lacking. I would say
Yeah.
that's one thing for sure. Like, I could live without any multiverse references, which basically this movie was. But yeah, there's just like, it's just its own thing. It's just its own little thing, I guess, lightly connected because you get the Guardians who he left off with in Endgame, and now they're going to go off on their own thing in Guardians 3. So that's
Mhm.
cool, but that's what I noticed is missing. Is there something else?
No, I mean, in general, why do you, at least I don't think this new saga of Marvel is as good. It's not as compelling. These movies, I've left a few of them a little like meh.
Right.
So
I
do
mean, I
you,
guess for me, it's just like, yeah, there's not like a huge cliffhanger of like, oh God, like this is definitely going to connect towards something. Like, I
but
don't know. I feel like there's no connective tissue right now.
and I guess they did that with in the very beginning, right? In the post credit scene with Iron Man 1 is when you find out about the Avengers
Y-
Initiative.
Yeah, yeah, because Nick Fury shows up right there. And like, that's when he brings it up. And every movie, every subsequent movie from then clearly like,
They
continue
connect.
to hint toward, hey, this is what's happening until eventually we started getting more cameos in like the main movie as opposed to just end credit stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Which was part of the fun. And this movie not really doing that. And I guess because we already know the main team. I mean, the Illuminati apparently isn't worth much if they were willing to kill them off in one film
Yeah.
within like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. It was more like 2 minutes. So there is a little bit of background to that one of the
Oh,
writers of Marvel said, in that universe, this Illuminati universe, that Tony Stark perfected the Ultron program.
yes,
So Ultron is definitely strolling around Earth protecting it,
for
to the
sure.
point that they retired, which there was no reason to have an Avengers when there was no savings. So in the background, the Illuminati came to power.
Ah, I see. I see. Interesting. Interesting. And in the movie, at least, they do have Ultron drones clearly working for them too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Um,
That's interesting. I kind of like that. I mean, it would have been cool to see these retired Avengers, but oh well, I guess.
I know, right? Like, I mean, they would have turned into spaghetti and brain mush.
Yeah, brain mush. Spaghetti and brain mush. The second title of this episode. Most definitely.
Yeah. I think it's missing Iron Man. I'm blind, but I definitely think Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. had a big part of. He made movies work.
Yeah, I mean, he made it. You look forward to seeing him every time. I mean, maybe Iron Man 2 and 3, you could argue the quality of, but I mean,
they're terrible. Don't argue with me.
It's no secret. They're definitely the black sheep of the MCU. At least some of them. But then again, some would say these latest films are kind of the same.
I feel like almost all of them are, except for Spider-Man.
Yes, all of them so far except for Spider-Man, which again, huge fan service, but it was still a fun movie regardless.
Yeah, and what they did with the villains were really cool. And
absolutely,
I love
and it was action-packed, a great balance of comedy and action, unlike Thor: Love and Thunder, I guess.
Also 1 hour longer than Thor. So I stick by the movie was not long enough. It was good, but not that good.
I need to see it again. I definitely still need to see it. I haven't seen it since we first saw it together. So yeah, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Yeah. Maybe I'll wait till Disney Plus, but I'd rather just see it in theaters while I can.
Oh no, I'm waiting until Disney Plus.
Fair
100%.
enough.
I feel like I'm gonna like it more the second time though. I did with Doctor Strange. I liked it a lot more the second time.
Sure.
Not Eternals. That's not a good movie.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely not perfect. And that one, again, could have probably been about a half an hour shorter, but...
Hey, Marvel, you cut the wrong movie short.
Exactly.
Terrible people.
I know, right? Dear Lord. So, should we get into what we were going to talk about for this episode? Are you prepared for it?
Somewhat.
Okay. How many issues are you in?
Enough.
Have you read half an issue?
I am definitely less than 9, but no more than 2.
Definitely less than 9, but no more than so no more than 2. Okay. Great.
I got up to issue 8.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're good then. You're good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. We could talk shit then. Let's do it. So, a few episodes back, well, I guess the timeline of these episodes got a little mixed up. We wanted to be a little more timely for the release of Love and Thunder. So we had that review episode come out before the episode that we just released last week. But that's not confusing at all. But anyway, now, as we teased a few episodes back, we will be talking about what? Invincible on Amazon Plus or Amazon whatever Prime, as well as Thor: God of Thunder, the comic run.
Mm-hmm.
What Love and Thunder was based off of. All right, what do you want to start with first?
Let's
as we sip on our delicious wine. Thor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do Thor. So, not my favorite comic series so far.
Fair.
I liked Gore more, but I felt like I was going to like him more in this.
Sure.
The time travel stuff is interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what's it called? The Witcher. But this does a better explanation of what the time period is. The Witcher was awful at that, but they did a good job at that, at least labeling where you were at. But it was just a lot of time travel.
Yeah. Like it was hard for my pea-sized brain to keep up with. Like, wait, where am I at again? It wasn't until like around where you are at currently where I started catching on to it better. Like, oh, that's what that Thor looks like. And that's what that Thor looks like.
When the 3 Thors are with each other, that's when it made more sense to you. Yeah, they're all in one time zone.
I thought he just got cold, so he grew a beard for a while. That's all.
Yeah, so I like the fact in this one, they play him off to be like an actual god, like he comes to people that pray for him. I really like that aspect of Thor.
Sure.
And you kind of got that a little bit in the movie, but I think the comic did a way better job of showing it.
Okay, sure. I'll give you that.
Especially how he stumbled upon Gore. I thought that was really cool. How he saved like a planet, and they were like, "Where's your gods?" And I don't fucking know. Or I think they may have told him that they were killed. It was something like that. No. They
I think
didn't
he
know.
questions like, "Where are your protectors? Like, what happened to them?" And they're like, "They haven't been here in like hundreds of years or something like that, right?"
Mm-hmm. And then that's when he explores. So I thought that was really cool. What else is there? There's Thor. There's
There's
a
Gore.
hammer.
It's cute because it rhymes.
There's also another Thor.
And another Thor.
And with 3 Thors, yeah.
Yeah.
Thor.
Right. Yeah, I will agree in that. I'll say this. Let me ask you this, I should say. How did you feel so far? Because again, you're not quite finished yet. You have about 3 issues left to go. How do you feel about Gore being called a god butcher in this comic as opposed to the movie? Would you say that you get more of that?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, well, 100%. So the thing that the movie did that they try to like show really quickly was what you see in the comics, where they spend a little bit more time in when Thor's kind of like actually exploring worlds. He's actually there witnessing gods who were killed, opposed to the movie where it's like a very quick YouTube, Instagram short of what happened.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, 100%. And then the butcher part was when he
pardon the little technical difficulty there. You were just kind of starting to say, like, instead of it being like a highlight reel of stuff that he killed, gods that Gore killed, it was more like what now?
He was there to witness it all.
Yeah,
Thor actually saw these gods dead. So they spent a little bit more time showing the death that he left behind.
Sure.
And then I really like the issue where he's torturing young Thor.
Oh yeah, in the cave or something like that, was it?
Yeah, and he said something along the lines of he's good at torture because he's tortured like gods of torture. So, that's about it though.
That's about it as far as being a butcher goes.
Yeah,
fair enough. How do you like the design of Gore? Because it is quite different in this story.
I mean, it's Voldemort with the sword.
Some head tentacles.
So there's that. His design's really cool. I like his design a lot. And something else I like about him that I forgot to mention was with old Thor, where he goes out to fight like his fucking demons, whatever they are, and they don't let him die.
Oh, you're to that part already. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, it's fucked up, right?
That's really fucked up. I loved it though. When he's like, I just want to die. I'm tired.
Right. He's just like a drunk old god bastard that he's already lost everything. So why not just fucking go out in a blaze of glory and get killed? But like they won't even give him the satisfaction of letting him die.
Thor was saving him as the last god.
Yeah, because he was such an ass getting in his way every other time. The only god that can like that's been able to like stand up to him, at least somewhat. Yeah,
the great Thor. Thor.
but yeah, I would say it's really cool. I think one thing that I appreciated about this comic run was it threw me off a little bit every time I saw it, but I found it interesting in that when you look at Gore, the way that he's like drawn on, he almost looks like he's a bunch of like pencil lines, like over and over and over and over, like a lot of dark pencil shading around how black his body becomes over time, like the armor he wears. And if you look at everyone else, they don't really look like that, but he definitely has like this weird, like, I don't know, his look on panel looks a lot different than everyone else, I think, to a degree. Like maybe his skin looks normal, but that blackness that envelops his body definitely has more of like a, like if you were to rub your pencil over someone really a whole lot. I don't know.
Right.
That was just something that caught on to me. And it threw me off, but I was like, oh, cool. It's like, I don't know, it just makes him stand out in his own kind of evil, sadistic bastard ass way.
I don't know if I realized that, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
But I was reading it from a very legal website. So
Was the
maybe
image
I lost
quality?
maybe I lost a little bit of that image quality. Yeah.
To anyone who wants to read the legal version and inexpensively, you can find it on the Marvel
I read
Comics
it
app.
cheap. Some might say basically free.
You found a coupon. It's all
Yeah.
good. It's a great coupon.
But boy, did I get a lot of porn pop-ups.
Oh, you know what? When you're reading about an evil villain destroying the gods, then it might get you a little going.
Yeah, okay,
it might just make things a little more erect.
Put yourself a little bit right after. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
There's only one hammer I want to tug.
Terrible. But yeah, all in all, I mean, I look forward to you getting around to finishing it for yourself at least. But it's a fun little storyline for sure. I was surprised you're going for all 11, because back when we first talked about it a few weeks ago, you said you were going to just do the first 5, which is like the first arc.
I didn't realize the first 5 was only one arc. I thought all 11 issues were the whole thing.
I mean, it's definitely like the entire Gore saga, but yeah, like the first arc ends after like issue 5 or something like that.
And then they like took a long pause. Like it's 2 different stories, is what you're telling me?
I guess so. Yeah, like it's broken up like between like trade paperbacks, for example. The first volume is the first 5, and then the last 6 are the final. Is like the final half of it. Yeah. I don't know if there was like a long break. I don't think there was to memory, but yeah.
It was a limited series, right? That you can buy as individual issues.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could definitely. It originally came out as individual issues. Yeah.
It was a limited series that said like 1 through 11, or did it say 1 through 5? And then your second one said 1 through 6.
6 through 11 at that point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then it's one whole series.
Yeah. One whole saga of the villain. Yeah. And then after that, it moves on to something else over time.
There's like 21 issues total, but I ain't reading. I was like, I am not reading this far.
No. Yeah. After you reach 11, after 11, I should say, it goes on to a whole different thing. Yeah. It's like the Saiyan saga to the Frieza saga, or I should say the Frieza saga to the Android saga, let's say. It goes on to something else.
Okay.
In that equivalency, like after 11, Frieza saga's done, and then it's on to androids and all that good stuff.
Okay. And then you get Sal. How great is that Android saga? Oh,
sexalicious. But I think the Android saga, no, I've seen definitely more of the Android saga than the Cell saga itself, admittedly.
Oh, okay. I think I've said this before, but I've only actually seen that saga maybe twice. But I was very I knew everything about it because of all the Budokai games and literally all the other Dragon Ball Z games that were out there.
They super help. They super help with clearing things up that you might have missed. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
That was it for me. And then, God, it wasn't until I was in my early 20s where I was like, I think I'm finally gonna watch the Android/Cell saga.
Nice. I look forward to doing the same. I want to keep collecting the Blu-rays, but it's been a couple years since I've taken the time to buy more. But one day maybe. I definitely own more than I've watched so far, which makes me kind of a bad fan, but I guess it clears my conscience because I'm supporting the company. I don't know.
And you like GT, dirty son of a bitch.
At one point, I had in my possession every piece of GT media that you could buy as far as video.
What'd you do with it?
I still have them. I think I lent them to friends and just never got them back a couple times. Sucks.
You fucked
up. I think moving also. I think in like moving houses when I was younger, probably lost some here and there. I still have some in the room that I'm in though. But yeah.
Why did you choose to do GT?
Well, because Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z had already been long done and had been replaying on Toonami for like years at that point. And then finally, we get to high school and it's like freshman year for us. And all of a sudden, wait, there's a Dragon Ball reboot. It's called GT. Let's fucking go. And then so as they started to release the English versions of the episodes, they would release them in like maybe like 3 to 5 episode chunks on VHS. And then eventually VHS and DVD. But I collected the VHSs because it's that like connective picture that goes across the edges of the VHS boxes.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think I actually own those. but yeah.
Shit.
So my mom would take me to like what was that store called? At the mall. God, like Hollywood, not Hollywood
Oh
Video, South Coast something. You know what I'm talking about?
no,
It was like
there's
this cool. Go
EB
ahead.
Games.
Definitely not EB Games. It was called like South Coast Video or something like
No,
that,
I don't know what
where
you're talking about.
essentially they would like have all sorts of movies, but they would also have anime inside. And so like every once in a while, my mom would let me go in there and she'd let me pick one out, and she would let me buy like one or two at a time.
You
So, yeah,
know, I'm glad you bring
that's
that
cool.
up because I remember being a kid. A kid. I remember being a teenager and my Puente Hills Mall having a store that it had all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I loved walking in there. But they had other anime and Dragon Ball Z, obviously. But yeah,
Sure.
I miss those days of walking into those kind of stores and being.
Same.
No, you son of a
Hell yeah,
bitch! You still buy cards.
on occasion, I definitely still do. I don't know. It's fun. I like collecting. I can't help it.
I actually went to Frankenson's. God, it's probably been 2 months now. But I ended up buying
Mhm.
myself a booster pack of Digimon cards.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. I've been wanting to do that very same thing because I remember you saying that you were thinking about it, and I'm like, this art consistently looks awesome, but I haven't taken the plunge yet. Did you get anything that you liked?
No. So they're all just sitting in the drawer, waiting to be thrown away.
That's too bad. Maybe I'll get you a couple booster packs for your birthday one day. We'll see. Give you more that you hate. All these cards have great art to them, and you got the junk pile. I'm kind of happy about
I
that.
don't want it.
It's fitting for this episode. I think I'm going to be like you and sip from the bottle now.
You've been doing it.
I've been sipping from the glass lately.
Well, your last drink was definitely from the bottle. I'm watching you.
Oh no, yeah. I think I have two in me now from FTB, from the bottle, as they say in wine country, of course.
I'm about halfway. I'm getting there.
Ooh, are we finishing these things? Holy shit!
I think yours is a lot stronger than mine. So
I don't know. Mine is 13.5%
yep,
alcohol.
yep, yours is way stronger than mine.
What's yours? Like 8? I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess 8.6.
let's say like 8, but more like 7.5.
Sounds good. Well, on that note, should we get into Invincible in just a moment? We'll be right back.
Yes.
All right, I'll call you back in just a second. We'll be right back. Girl. Let me hear that crunch, girl. Let me hear that crunch. Let me hear that crunch. Invincible.
Let me wash down those hot Cheetos.
Nah, talk about it. Oh, okay, never mind. You're doing good. I thought you were gonna use water. Like, not on Wine Belly, my friend. Not on Wine Belly.
Not during our fanciest episode yet.
We at once upon a time, on an episode called Too Poor to Poop, once drank the fanciest beer man can buy. Now we're doing the fanciest wine in all the land. So this is like a sequel to that in a way, a spiritual successor, if you will.
I like that. Okay. I'll take another shot of that poo though.
Let's do it, girl. You know, apparently they like it. The audience is down. So
yeah, you 6 sons of bitches. So Invincible, how'd you like it?
I mean, okay, so let me give you my first impression real quick. So the show starts, to anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. So Invincible, it's an original series on Amazon Prime. I imagine you probably know about it, but if you don't, it's this like 2D animated show that's like very akin to like the original Batman series, animated series, Superman animated series, Batman Beyond, all that kind of vein. You kind of get like that vibe while watching it, which is cool. And as it's going, you know, it starts off as like a typical one of those shows, but made in modern day in 2021, 2022 now. And I was intrigued. I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually kind of badass. It's cool. And, you know, cool voice acting and stuff. The action's pretty neat. And then over time, like you get like this, it's essentially this kid, just to kind of get into it slightly, who, you know, his father is essentially the Superman of their universe, let's say.
Is.
And and he's trying to discover like where his powers are, because to this point they've been dormant, they haven't existed, and he slowly acquires them, and then all of a sudden does actually gain the ability to fly, super strength, all that good stuff, and it's cool. He's excited because he finally gets to be what his dad had always told him that he would become eventually. And it's kind of wholesome, actually. It starts off pretty wholesome. Like his dad is showing him the ropes, how to fly, how to control his ability to fight, how to throw a real punch, all that good stuff, how to wield his strength. And
also having temperamental issues.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you even see that in the first episode. Yeah.
Yeah. And, at one point, like his dad, like throws a punch that's just a little out of line. Mm-hmm. I think he punches him in the stomach and it just like collapses the kid. And you're like, whoa. And he even asks like, why did you hit me that hard? And the dad's like, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to, I didn't realize it. And he kind of feels bad about it. But it's still kind of wholesome other than that one weird moment. And I was thinking in my mind, okay, I could see why John likes this show. It's very wholesome. It's akin to all those old classic 90s shows that we would watch when we were kids and stuff. How nice. Like, okay, like he's a little nerdy boy. He's a little nerdy boy. I could see why he would want to watch something like this. And cool. I guess I could see myself watching 8 episodes. Why not? And then, to put it lightly, the show takes a turn, of which I didn't realize had gone viral. I had no idea what this show was prior to you mentioning it. I had seen the thumbnail for it, like while scrolling through Amazon Prime, but I didn't know that it went viral at all.
The show was very popular. And then there was like a popular meme where he's like this, where he's like looking over the sun.
Okay.
And he's like telling her to think about stuff. But yes, continue.
I had no idea, which was lent itself to the experience that much more, which made it so fun for me, because I've learned since then that a lot of people discovered the show because of this viral clip that went around. And what I'm alluding to, that some of you may be aware of, is so the dad, again, he's like the Superman of this universe. He's the strongest being in all of the Earth, let's say, at least.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, while there's this gentleman, there's also this like Justice League or Avengers, if you will, of Earth as well. And out of nowhere, he shows up at their base, unbeknownst to them, and then proceeds to completely rip ass.
No, let me correct you.
Please.
Proceeds to get down.
Down. Like holy, like the first kill he does, there's like the quote unquote Flash character of that team that like zooms for him, and he just grabs his head and surely just crushes it. And immediately you just realize this is a completely different show than I thought this was. Holy fucking shit. And then all of them are going for it. You got like the Wonder Woman of that universe like coming at him, and he just completely like ruthlessly demolishes her body. And then from there you have like the Batman of that universe that it just doesn't even stand a chance, even with his cool gadgets. It's just a travesty. And just the uber 2D animated violence. It's what I think of it as. It's like the animated version of The Boys. It's akin to that kind of level of just holy fucking shit gore. It's super fun. I just couldn't believe that. And by the end of the episode, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Sin was laying down watching it with me.
Oh, she was watching it with you?
So yeah,
nice.
So she jumped in when the show was maybe like 2 to 5 minutes in. The White House was just getting attacked at the beginning of the episode. So she watched the whole thing with me, and then she saw that scene happen. And right as it was about to happen, she's like, oh, I know what show this is. And she had told me afterward that, yeah, it's like a viral clip. She saw it on Facebook or whatever. And yeah, I was like, I had no fucking idea that shit was about to go down like that. And yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy. And after that, like the story certainly develops in a very interesting, intriguing way. It was an enjoyable watch.
I don't know about you, but for me, I think the show overall was amazing. But the second and maybe third episode, I was kind of like meh. But because of the way the first episode, how good it was.
Yes.
I was expecting for more crazy shit, and it didn't really happen. But as the story developed, obviously it got a lot better.
things happen. Things definitely end up
lot.
happening where, yeah, it gets really violent. So, yeah, I would agree with you in that. Yeah, maybe the second and third, it was like, well, after that freaking orgasmic explosion of blood and guts and intestines everywhere, what's left? But then it eventually does ramp up to that degree again. A lot of like the characters in the show develop quite quickly as well. So it becomes fun. And there's like this everlong mystery throughout the season of like, what the fuck is going on with the dad and why is he like lying
crazy?
Yeah, about murdering them. And Sin actually had a really cool theory about it. And steroids. I was hoping that she was right. Yeah, just, roided out.
The roids.
Simple as that.
No, makes sense.
Why not? But yeah, it was a really cool show. It's super well animated. The voice acting's great. Jason Mantzoukas, the guy that plays he plays the crazy character in The League. What's that guy's name? Rafi on The League?
Oh, yes. He's the static dude or fire. God, I don't remember his power.
Fire, static, explosion boy. yeah.
He's an ass.
Yeah, he's like an ass clown throughout the entire movie or show. But yeah, he's in it and he was great. Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson is in there being awesome.
JJ,
like,
oh yeah,
that character is truly scary for sure. Bastard and a half.
Great job.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Simmons.
Oh my god, how'd you like Seth Rogen?
Oh, that's right. He plays the guy that he meets on the moon, right?
Yeah, who's supposed to protect the planet or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah. Like he trains them to a degree. He's like the King Kai of Earth or something like that, if you will.
Yeah.
I look forward to him playing a bigger part in the second season if that's the route they're going to take with the character, because he's funny and he's cool.
He's coming back. There's no way.
He looks great. I like the design of the character, really. And so I look forward to that. I know Seth Rogen is an executive producer of The Boys. Does he also produce this show? I think he might.
He probably does.
Right. I mean, because The Boys is so successful that I would imagine that Amazon probably thought it was a shoe-in to have him as a part of this show as well. I wouldn't doubt.
I have no interest in watching The Boys.
Really? I will say this. It is the live action version of this show, just like this is the 2D show version of The Boys. It's very crazy.
And I think it's maybe because YouTube has ruined it for me, but I know how like that white superhero dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know who kills them and how it's done. And
I don't want to know. The third season just ended.
Head right off.
Head right off. Just like Mikasa in Attack on Titan.
You know, I just and then that.
Absolutely. Put a finger in it. Stop the blood from popping out. Yeah.
If it's not raining blood, it doesn't count. Simple as that.
But yeah, I will say this show, though, while there are moments of gratuitous violence, it's never like too much, I would say. If anything, I'm just glad that there's a show out there like this that exists and like a 2D platform. Like apparently Amazon Prime has like the Boys animated show also called Diabolical, but which I imagine is very similar, at least as far as like grotesque violence goes. But I have not yet seen that. But I mean, hey, you might know how a character might die in the show. But I just have to say, like Invincible, if you watch The Boys, you're going to be intrigued from like episode 1. But the thing is, it doesn't like, I mean, maybe there's lulls in the show. I don't remember there being, but I think you'll like every episode of The Boys. Just throwing it out there. I
got too many MCU movies I got to watch.
Fair enough.
Way too many.
I respect that. Oh, I haven't asked you, how have you been liking your wine, by the way? Your what is it called? Fruitscato?
Fruitscato. It's making me feel a little fruity.
Nice. Well, there you go. Absorb my bisexuality then, as you put it. There we go. Just tag it.
How you doing? How's yours?
I'm doing all right. I think I'm finally about halfway-ish, more or less. Something like that. I'm not trying to finish this because I have a huge presentation for work to finish writing.
We can talk about it after. Well, we don't need to talk about work during the recording.
Yeah, I wouldn't need to bore you guys with all those side those details for sure.
So,
but yeah, please.
Did I tell you that I beat Cuphead DLC?
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that. Yeah, so when we went to see Love and Thunder, you brought that up, and I was surprised that you had already beaten it.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed off that it took me a little bit longer than it should have.
Why is that?
The final boss with the weapons I had was a bit of a bitch, and it took me like 2.5 days to beat.
Fuck.
And I'm gonna give out a random number. I'm sure it's close to it, but it probably took me like 80 to 90 tries to beat him.
Oh my.
Um, but when I switched my weapon, I beat him on the third try.
Wow.
So I was just a little frustrated about that.
The weapons make that much of a difference, huh?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it really does.
Do you care to explain which weapons were your before and after at that point?
Oh well, my go to is still the standard pew 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 gun.
The standard boy.
Yeah. And then one that's kind of like a shotgun where it spreads, but the closer you are to the enemy, the more damage it does.
Cool.
But with this particular boss, and he's the main boss, you have to shoot him in the face, but he's constantly moving left and right. And all of the projectiles are coming at you. All of them. Now I know what it feels like to play against Morgan. Yeah. Because they're just all coming at you. So it was really difficult with the shotgun gun that I had weapon. So I switched to the standard pew 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 gun.
Uh-huh.
And you're getting hot?
It is. I'm getting very hot. Underneath this, just sweat.
Awful.
Nice poncho of sweat. Go ahead.
When I was using the regular pew 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 gun, I was not shooting him enough. So I kept getting hit by projectiles, and by the time I got to the final stage, I was down to 1 HP. It was fucking frustrating. So then I switched to a weapon that tracks.
Nice. So sounds about right.
All I had to do was just hold down the shooting button and just I didn't even have to look at the boss and just dodge projectiles.
Yeah, at that point.
And I literally did it on the third try.
Wow. Well, I mean, homing makes a lot of sense, especially if you're talking about the character going left and right constantly.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, for sure. Nice.
Yeah, and they made the game stupid easy if you pick the girl.
Okay.
Yeah, like stupid easy. They gave her an invincible role.
Oh wow.
And in the game, to get a power up, you have to double jump on pink items.
Yes.
But with her, you just have to dash into it.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Oh, and she has a double jump.
And she has a double jump. So she has 2 different opportunities to become invincible. To have iframes.
Well, no, the only time she has the invincible frames is the roll.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like if she can double jump on the pink items also.
No, she dashes into them, which is a lot easier than double jumping.
Oh, because there's less timing involved.
Yeah, and when I say double jumping, I don't mean like the standard Cuphead double jump. There is no double jump with the standard characters.
Yeah,
you just double jump onto the pink. But
like there's a pink bullet flying through the sky. You jump and then have to press jump again when you touch it.
Correct. With her, it's literally jump and then another jump. So it makes it a lot easier to avoid projectiles and stuff because you can do jump, jump, dash, or jump, dash, jump. So it made the game way easier.
It's the easy mode of the game, if you will. Yeah. Makes sense.
Don't you dare say that. That's not what it said. I played it in normal.
No, I gotcha. But you know what? So I've been watching steadily, not very much, because I want to own this video game. But one thing I have been watching is some of the bosses. Whoa! Sorry if I went robotic, but yeah, some of the bosses for this game. I've been watching the boss fights of, and one thing that's fun for a viewer as opposed to maybe the player is that you actually get to really look at the animations of the boss. Yeah, the beauty that is like the hand-drawn animations. Like, holy crap, like frame for frame. It's already been known, but it's a beautiful game. Like, it's a beautiful looking game. It's awesome.
Agreed. Yeah. Yvonne all the time says this game gives me nightmares because of how like demented the characters get as you start like fucking them up.
Right. They just kind of get more scary and as the time goes on.
Mm-hmm. Fucking loved it though. I loved it. It was great DLC. There's a secret boss. You have to like solve a puzzle to play this secret boss. So he's not involved in the actual story. It's literally just like a side game that you can do.
Sure.
And it's like two bosses on each side, one on the left, one on the right, and it's an angel and a devil. So any projectiles that the devil throws at you hurts you. Anything that the angel throws goes right through you.
Oh,
okay, not too bad, right? Well, it gets
following
worse.
along.
What makes it a bitch is if you're looking, I think it's if you're looking at the devil, he turns behind you. So depending if you're looking to the left or right, they swap.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So if there's like a projectile that's starting to go through you and then you turn the wrong way, it'll hit you.
Jesus, what a creative boss, though.
Yeah, that one was fun. Also
But
beat
you
that
beat
one
it?
in like 3 tries. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, nice. You caught on to the scheme.
With that one, yeah. And I think I was using the projectile gun again, so it just made life a lot easier. I don't think it works for all bosses. The shotgun is still better because
Okay.
I try to re-go through the DLC before I got bored. And I did notice that projectile one is only good for certain bosses. So it's like Mega Man, depending on the weapon that you have.
Respect.
Have better odds of beating the boss.
Let me ask you this. Would you say that this game is like the natural evolution of what Mega Man is to a degree?
I mean, if you get rid of the platform version part of it and just straight to the mini boss, yeah, or the main boss. Like, but it's as difficult as Mega Man bosses.
Does this game not have like levels? It's just only bosses the entire time? Boss rush mode?
There's like 4 levels, 5 levels that are only really meant to help you get money to unlock things. But this is a game of bosses. Like, you're only playing bosses.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. The Shadow of the Colossus approach. Just boss
basically
fights.
Yeah, that's all it is. And good luck, because it's a bitch. It is a fucking bitch.
Right. It makes sense though that like this DLC took what, like 3 years to come out, something like that.
Yeah,
or at least it's been like 3 years since the initial launch of the game. Maybe longer than that, 4 or 5.
Oh god, I think the DLCs was announced 2 years ago.
Okay, that sounds right. And I remember even at the time I was thinking like, wow, like now it's been a while. But then since then, yeah, it took even longer to come out.
They delayed it. And I think they did it because of the show. I think they wanted to release the show first and then release the game.
I forgot about that. Is the show actually out now? It is, right?
Yeah, it's been out for like 3 or 4 months.
I have not even seen it yet. Have you?
It's okay. I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes. It's very whatever. It's kiddish. I think kids will love it.
Oh, okay. It's not like, is it not like the bosses to where it's like low key demented?
It is they are a little bit like that, but the comedy feels like it's for kids.
I see. Okay.
I don't know how else to explain it. You know how they go for the old timey feel with the art? It's the same thing with the theme of the show. It kind of feels old timey. I don't know. It's weird.
Like a little knee slapper, like stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
I feel you. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it came out. The original game came out on September 29th, 2017. So 5 years ago, they probably announced Delicious Last Course or whatever it's called, like a couple years later, and now we're finally here. Yeah, okay. So it was like 2 or 3 years between. Wild. And in the original game, the devil was the original villain. Is that right?
Yeah. Correct.
Gotcha. Random. Mm-hmm. How crazy. Why don't I see art for him? So on Google, it shows every boss as the way they're drawn. Like you got the Root Pack, you got Elder Kettle, you got King Dice. I remember back in the day when you were stuck on him. You got
King Dice,
Kala Maria, the mermaid, and then for the devil, it's just like this classic illustration of the devil. It's not even like from the game.
And he wasn't even that hard to beat.
Oh, really?
The dice one took me a lot longer.
Isn't that disappointing? I've done that in video games where it's like sometimes by the time you get to the final boss, it's like, oh, I'm so good, way harder than this.
Well, yeah, the bitch about the Dice Master is depending on where the dice rolls, you have to get like, what's a better example? Did you ever play Banjo-Kazooie and beat Banjo-Kazooie?
Sure.
Do you remember how there was the whole board game aspect of it towards the end? Fucking bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bitches. I hated that.
It all worked off RNG essentially.
Yeah. This does not. but you have to get through a certain amount of squares to get to the actual dice master. And you have to hit a dice, but if you hit it at the right, at the right time, at the right momentum, you'll get the number that you're looking for.
Yes. I'm sorry. No. You phoned in momentum. I want to hear that one again. You phoned that one in.
Momentum.
There we go. Let me feel it in my loins a little bit.
Momentum.
Ooh, my balls went into my gooch for a second. There we go. That's what I needed.
Felt it right on that beer belly ball powder.
Some splooshed out when you said it. I was like, oh, damn, it's getting dusty.
So that's a side effect, but we don't claim that one.
It is what it is, though.
I forgot the point I was making.
I'm not mad about it. If you're not watching the video version on Spotify, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just two drunks drinking out of bottles.
That's all there is to it. And a whole lot of fun. Oh, the stupid show. I hate us. But yeah, you were saying, so the Dice Master, you got to be able to land on the right number on the die roll to be able to progress properly. Otherwise, if you don't, you land on the wrong spot, you eventually have to fight another boss.
Correct.
Yeah, so you can make it easy on yourself by getting lucky, but if you're unlucky, it's more fights you have to try.
It's a mini boss. Through. Yeah. You can play like 7 mini bosses before you get to him.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And hope that you do well. Otherwise, you're back to the start again. I remember you dealing with that. Yeah. Gotcha. But you finally did it. I'm sad I didn't see you beat him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're a strong man.
No, not at all. I hate it.
No.
I become obsessed and I just get so focused on trying to beat it.
Speaking of which, with you and your rare occasion of gaming hardcore, did you ever end up 100%ing Metroid Dread?
No, because I found out you don't get shit.
Oh, really? It's just like you don't even get like a cool ending? They usually do cool endings.
That's why I wanted to do it. And then I did research and you don't get shit.
Nothing?
I mean, there's been an update since I played the game, but before that update, no.
That's fucked up.
Why am I gonna waste my time?
No, 100%. Like, I mean, shout out to the completionist on YouTube, but like, yeah, he'll rate like whether a game is worth completing or not, like what the bonuses are. Like, do you at least get a cool end credit scene? Do you get some sort of
I want a reward.
Yeah, do you get like cool new armor, new power-ups, something, but really
middle
nothing?
Finger. Right in the ass.
Thanks for playing our game. Yeah, really.
Here's your colonoscopy.
That's all you get. Really good, huh? That's unfortunate. Dear Lord. God damn it. You know what? I just barely realized the first word or first name of my wine is called Edna. I don't trust anyone named Edna.
No, I wouldn't.
Nor do I know anyone named Edna. No.
That's like Agatha. Like those are witch names.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I haven't met anyone named Edna or Agatha since the 1750s. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, what the fuck?
That's a bad omen. Here? You're gonna end up being drunk.
I think so. I think so. I think that's the curse, the witch's curse. The third title of this episode,
the witch's curse. Terrible.
Absolutely. I'll be honest. This is one of the episodes I wish we could have done in person, though. I feel like just being dressed up or dressed down like your sloppy self.
Paper bag brown.
Why does the word brown just revolve around you? You've had anonymous brown. Oh, no. Ambiguous brown.
Courtroom brown.
Courtroom brown? What the fuck is courtroom brown?
It's from New Girl.
Okay.
Only the real ones will know.
My bad.
No, I think that's it. I mean, what is all the names? There's Man Guy, there's Black Coffee, Snuffleupagus.
Which is brown in color, in hue.
I think that's it.
There's ambiguous brown, of course. There was Tortilla Jesus versus oh god, what was your Pornstar name in that episode? Fuck,
I don't remember.
I'm gonna look it up right now on Spotify.
Versus the Sergeant General.
We've gone into the drunk zone at this point, guys. At least I have.
Well, you're drinking a 14%, boy.
Almost.
I'm drinking half of what you're drinking.
That's fucked up. It's about time, though. I think I was owed this. I would be more happy about it and laugh about it more if I didn't have a fucking presentation to finish. So
you'll figure it out. Let drunk AJ worry about it.
He is. He's here right now talking about it. God damn it. Oh, here we go. That was your other porn star name. So a Don Burrito. Not brown, but something brown people make. Don Burrito.
Yep.
So go back to was it Beer Belly episode 53 for that one? God damn, that's 20 episodes ago already. That's weird to think.
I'm looking forward to our seltzer episode again.
Oh no. I recently pinned that on our Instagram account just to make sure it gets the praise it deserves. Because your burping game that episode was on point.
That was such a fun one. And then of course, Buzzballs, the trilogy, the sequel. That's definitely
absolutely. That's what, eventually we'll make a third episode of Buzzballs. If anything, you know what's crazy now? I feel like some of the staff that I manage, they've been talking about Buzzballs more, and it's funny. It's like now it's starting to catch on more than it was back then.
That's because of us.
I'm going to blame it on us. Yeah,
that's exactly what we did.
I still remember the horchata one not being that bad. Surprisingly.
I don't know. I always associate all of those with being bad. Every single one.
At least certainly regretting it by the time it's all over. Yeah, for sure. It's just like, what did I put in my body? What did I do right now? If I had a dietitian, they'd slap me in the face. Can I take off the scarf now? It is hot. You're wearing a fucking tan t-shirt.
No. I'm sorry, sir. There is a color name for what I'm wearing. Paper bag brown.
My bad. Paper bag brown. May I please take off this damn scarf?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. I should have asked like 2 hours ago.
I would have told you yes.
It hurts. I'll put my beret back on though for fashion.
That is the only reason, because you're drinking fancy.
Oh, of course. I mean, Edna Valley. I said I wouldn't say the name earlier, but Edna Valley Wine. Edna Valley Vineyard, where witches go. So there you go.
This wine. Oh my God. Are you going to kill that thing? You're almost done with it.
I'm about, I think I have like a fifth left. Not bad.
You caught up to me very quickly. AJ, you are not finishing that presentation. When do you have to do it?
It's due tomorrow.
You should stop drinking, sir.
I appreciate the advice. Thank you. I might have to take it. If I'm smart, I will. Dear Lord.
Are you smart or are you going to take that drink with me?
Oh, you son of a bitch. You just told me one thing and now you're saying the exact opposite.
Be smart. Don't listen to John. Hey, this is your best friend talking. Drink with me. Don't listen to him. Don't do it.
I feel like I'm playing Cuphead right now. That fucking bonus boss you're talking about, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, where you going?
Hold on, wait. To stall for a moment, I have this question. So you mentioned the angel and devil for the bonus boss, right?
Right.
Or the bonus, if you want to abbreviate that. The devil, the character that is the devil, is it the same devil from the first game or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Different
He's
character
more like
altogether.
A demon. I think it's better to say an angel and a demon.
Okay, fair enough. Just curious.
Yeah.
Just curioso. It's not like God and the devil put together.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I feel like I shouldn't because I have a little bit more wine than you, and I think I need to keep it that way. I hate that I have to be a responsible adult. I've worked throughout this whole week on this presentation, and that's great, but I need to be able to finish strong to at least maybe not disappoint my boss.
This sounds like sex.
But in what way? Please tell me, paper bag.
You have to finish strong so you don't disappoint.
My boss. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Sin is essentially my boss.
Sin is your boss. If not, legally, she will be in a few months.
Legally, she fucking will.
Yeah.
As recognized by the state of California and the country of the United States of America at large, and the world eventually.
Yep.
Yep.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. You're right. Okay. Thank you for being the responsible adult. Well, on that note, then we'll call it for an episode. But before we do, an episode of Beer Belly would not be complete without John's words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. There we go.
For the week. We fucked that one up.
Thanks, Edna. You witch.
If it's a Friday night and you pour, and I'm talking pour, but you feel like partying, you feel like in croon, get yourself $7, make it $9 because of tax.
Yeah, be ready for it.
Go to Target. Get yourself some of that fancy stuff. Because you know what? You work hard, and it's time to treat yourself. Enjoy.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh my God, dear Lord. He finished an entire bottle of wine in an episode of Beer Belly, or Wine Belly, excuse me.
Wine Belly, correct yourself, sir.
Where I wreck myself. Dear Lord. We don't even finish that much beer per Beer Belly episode typically.
Nope.
And you went for it. Wow. How are you feeling? Where's your buzz landing at? Would you say you're more buzzed from this than beers typically? Or about the same, less? What's your barometer?
Less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. Well, send me a text like 20 minutes from now.
I'm upside down with my pants off.
And I wear my shirt as pants.
That should be your only response to me at that point. Absolutely. All right. Well, as always, please let us know what we should talk about next episode. Send your comments and questions over to anywhere that's linked in our episode descriptions. Our socials are all there, whether it be the Tickama Talks, the Twittermagrams, all that good stuff. You can even email us, beerbellypod@gmail.com. And as always, thank you to everyone who takes the moment to rate us on your favorite podcasting apps. It helps us a lot. Anytime we upload stuff on YouTube, those of you who click the like button and comment, like whatever dumb references you have from this silly, stupid show, it helps a lot. Thank you for commenting on social media. And everyone that wants more poo stuff, I guess we'll just have to supply that. The game of Who Pooed the Poo shall become a real thing. The Kickstarter should be coming.
I think I might be a little buzzed.
I think so too. What's telling you that?
The numbness in my face.
Very good. We started off so coherently at the beginning, and now here we are. The other end of the rainbow. The other end of the bisexual rainbow. Very good. All right.
Wine Belly.
All righty, boys and girls, theys and shays. This has been another episode of Beer Belly. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Wine
Goodbye.
Belly. He bet Wine Belly.
Wine Belly. My bad. God damn it.